Test. Okay. Is it working? Yay, it's working. I don't know what the fuck happened. That was weird. That was like really weird. All right, you guys can hear me now, right? So what I said was that, it's fucked up though, that people that fall asleep on camera all the time have 300 people waiting for them. Liars have 500 people waiting for them, and I have like 40. What the fuck is wrong with this community? That's what I want to know. Guys, I have so much stuff to go over today. It's more like a review on some and a rant on others. But a couple of things I want to get out of the way. Patreons, where are you? Guys, you got to sign up for Ko-Fi. I have no way to get a hold of you other than email or Discord, and even the one, like regulars that I talk to all the time, I can't get a hold of. So I know it's going to take a little while, but I need you guys to sign up to Ko-Fi. Ko-Fi. I sent you guys emails, especially the ones that had just signed up to Patreon that I'm not sure who they are. But again, I moved platforms. I am no longer going to be on Patreon. I am over on Ko-Fi. I sent you guys all the link. Second thing that I want to talk about. And I may shut down Discord and rebuild it, just so you know. But I'm waiting until I get a hold of everybody before I do that. Because I don't want people to be like, oh my God, what happened? Secondly, I am going, well, before I get into that, let me address something that Nunya said yesterday. Nunya went at me and went at UA, and somebody in her chat, I don't know who, because I was only listening, said, oh, she made UA a mod. Okay. Unlike you assholes, let me explain this. Unless somebody is charged with murder, and they are a murderer, or they arred someone or essayed someone, then I might look into their history. But if it's some shit they did on YouTube, or they had a fight with another creator, hey Denise, thank you, or they had a fight with another creator, I don't give a fuck. As long as they're cool to me, and UA has been nothing but cool with me. Granted, we have our disagreements about her conspiracy theories, but overall, she has done nothing for me to think, oh my God, let me talk to Jay about her past, or let me look into this one about her past. I don't care. And nobody should. Everyone should just fucking worry about themselves, or, stop judging people for what someone else says. Stop judging people for what they've done in their past. Again, unless it's something like, something major that could possibly affect my real life in a sense, well, she RA'd someone or SA'd someone. Okay, then I might think twice. But UA did a lot of shit with me with BJ. So I made her a mod. I could also take it away if need be. But you had to hear Nunya go on. Exactly, Irish. You had to hear Nunya go on and on about, oh, I love this for them and they're the perfect match. Bitch, stop being so fucking opinionated. It's ridiculous. And then you had people in her chat talking. Again, I don't judge people for stuff that happened that they did previously. That's how you guys roll. I don't roll like that. And why don't I roll like that? Because I don't want it being done to me. And by the way, Nunya, where's my apology for how I'm all those trolls? It's funny how none of you motherfuckers ever apologize. Ever. Why? Why can't you guys fucking apologize? That's what I want to know. I'm not those trolls. It's been proven I'm not those trolls, and not just by me. You heard it right out of fucking Wendy V's mouth. So where's my fucking apology? oh, the opinionated community should be called the judgment community because they're too good to apologize. Hey, Angela, they're way too good to apologize. People can make mods anyone they wish. Who cares unless they're blocked? That's what I'm saying. UA has done nothing other than her crazy conspiracy theories. But UA has done nothing to show me that she's a bad person. She's this, she's that. No, I don't see her like that. I see that she's can be a real help in certain things. And I don't have the time that I wish I did have. And I think UA is going to be a really big help in research. So I'm sorry that you don't approve of that over there, but that's not my fucking problem. How about you guys stop judging everything and start worrying about yourselves? Just saying. So that's one thing I wanted to say. Because that just really pissed me off yesterday. Because I used to enjoy listening to Nunya. Even though we didn't get along, I actually enjoyed, how she spoke. She's intelligent. And then when I heard this, I'm like, really, dude? Really? Me fucking who I mod is now a topic? And you're like so happy for it. And you are so good for And then she even said, oh, she doesn't even... I guess Laura doesn't even know her. I don't give a fuck what she's done in the past. I just don't. She's good to me. She's good to my community. And that's all that fucking matters. And if you don't like it, sorry. Hey, Lacey, if you don't like it, sorry. That's what I'm saying. I've had no issues with her at all. Whatever happened between her and Jay, I don't know if Jay had a part of that. Jay's not exactly not shady. Like I said, we may disagree on conspiracy theories and we may not like some of the same stuff, but she's been great with us. So I just want to put that out there. I know that a lot of people are saying this one's botting, that one's botting. Look, anyone that knows me for a long time has to understand I really truly believe in Occam's razor a lot. If you don't know what Occam's razor is, it means that really the simplest answer is usually the one that is right. And that's where me and UA disagree. She looks for all this crazy, oh, it's not this, it's that. She's the exact opposite of me, which is why we will probably do really good research together. She'll bring me stuff. I'll tell her she's fucking crazy and we'll move on, or I'll tell her it's this and this. She'll show me why I'm crazy. That's a good research partner. That's someone good that you want on your side. Not that I have to explain it to anybody. I'm just saying she is very passionate and that's what I like about her. Even if I disagree with her, she is very passionate. So I just want to point that out. Last thing before we get into the bulk of it. Now I forgot. All right, I forgot. Oh, Burnt Toast. Did anyone see Burnt Toast post? Does anyone know who she's talking about? I fucking hate when people speak in code and you don't know what the fuck they're saying. So does anyone already post? And then you can tell me if you know who she's talking about. Because I certainly as fuck don't. Hold on. Burnt Toast. Oh, that's what I was going to say while I pull this up. Bots. Everybody keeps talking about bots. And I'm sorry, I don't think anyone's buying bots. I think it's just pretty fucked up. It's not BHB. So she writes, hold on, let me open it. All right. So she writes, it's been brought to my attention that someone is not only completely wrong, but has posted now multiple times about me. Oh, wait, let me make it smaller. I thought she was talking about Sinner. but said she. Many times about me and my live reading through the deposition of Betty. She's spreading a lot of false info, and I wanted to clear a few things up. First, they falsely posted that Betty was going to be facing perjury charges from the DA if she didn't end her case against QB. Okay, that I could tell you was complete bullshit. This is 100,000% false. There were never any charges that Betty was facing. A DA would not be involved in a civil case. Betty herself said she ended it because she wanted to. That's one thing I want to bring up. I heard someone, I don't want to throw names out, but I kind of don't have a choice. He's a male. I heard a male say today that QB is lying, and believe me, I'm not a QB fan, that QB is lying, that her lawyer did stuff behind her back, blah, blah, blah. All right, this person doesn't understand the law. QB or her attorney could never, ever end this lawsuit without Betty. Betty started the lawsuit. Betty was the one suing. Betty is the one that would have had to go to QB's lawyer and say, let's end it. QB's not lying about that. I don't know why this is getting tossed around out there, but no, Betty had to be the one to initiate it. Betty was smart for initiating it because it wasn't going anywhere. It's exactly where I said it was going to fucking end up from the get-go. Nowhere. No side was going to get anything. No side was going to get any money. It was all about egos. Since you're at second, the person made a lot of claims about disability. However, Betty has stated publicly on her channel many times she does not receive disability. This topic issue is zero to do with the deposition of the case she had with QB. That's true. Third, the 12th Amendment is about, in a nutshell, the vice president, and the 14th Amendment is about due process. Neither of those have anything to do with the deposition reading or the entirety of the case. She's very right. Fourth, the Federal Communications Commission is not watching my channel, correct? This made me LOL. Don't blame her. It does not mean, thank you, good vibes. It does not have the regulatory authority over internet delivered services or online content. The current FCC regulations do not extend to online content to platforms such as YouTube. Reading a public court document from a public court docket is not illegal or bad, although it may hurt some people's feelings. Fifth, the case wasn't in Tennessee. The case has nothing to do with Seth. It was not criminal, but civil. Stop spreading misinformation about Betty and this case. Sixth, there are no recordings of any kind of the deposition transcript. It's a transcript. People's own words that have been typed up by a court reporter that is word for word everything everyone said. Lastly, I find it interesting that the person seems rather more what they have going on in their online life right now. Just in case I'm clear, I am reading it tomorrow and part 2 on Friday. I'll see everyone soon. 70 comments and know who she's talking about. Hey, Blonde Gypsy, does anyone know who the fuck she's talking about? I have no idea. The only one that won was QB's. No, all right, let's back up a minute. This kind of goes with my title. QB won big time. She may not have won the case, but she got, if Betty is correct, I'm not saying Betty is correct. If Betty is correct, QB pocketed over $150,000 in her pocket. So she won big time. If Betty is correct. Am I glitching? Oh, Texarkana lady suing Seth. Thank you, Joy. I did not know who she meant. Thank you for filling me in, because I was like, who the fuck is she talking about? Yeah, I don't know who that person is. I never even watched her, know nothing about her. So I don't know who that is. Am I buffering? I hope not. I'm telling you, it's my fucking cheap ass internet. It's not even cheap. I pay for an entire gigabyte of data. And it sucks. Is it still buffering? I can't even get it to pull up on my screen. I do not believe BHB full stop. I am iffy. Texaco, yeah, I don't know who that is. Every single lawsuit is insane. It shouldn't be. It is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, I'm not even seeing my own screen. Now it just popped back up. I gotta call AT&T. Maybe it's the bots. So that's what I was gonna say about the bots. To me, if someone is gonna buy bots, they're not gonna buy a couple hundred. They're gonna buy thousands. YouTube's algorithm is not even gonna pick up if someone's buying 100, 200, 300. They're going to pick up like what happened to Voices. You normally get 50 people in your stream, and now you're getting 150,000. That it's going to pick up. That's noticeable. I don't think it's going to pick up a small amount. I just don't. You know, someone was saying, oh, you got bots, you went up and down. I actually think it's a YouTube issue because I saw someone in Clues talking about chats glitching. My fucking chat glitches no matter what chat I'm in. I'm starting to think it's an Apple issue because it only happens when I'm on my cell phone. So it may be Apple's biggest last update is what I think. It's possible. Is it buffering? Like, should I shut down and come back? The thing with Streamlabs, you have to have your internet good or it fucks up. But let me know if it's okay or if I'll restart, not the show, my computer, if it's really buffering bad. Because we got a long show to do. This is going to take a while. And I know it's buffering on my end. Triggers a few. That's what I'm saying, though. But they're not going to do like 100. It's fine? Okay. All right, then I won't reboot. Because on my end, it's not fine. But if you guys are fine, that's all that matters. So Betty put out a video this morning that I found extremely interesting. Now, I'm not sure if it's real. I'm not sure how she would know some of this information. But I found it very interesting. I think you guys will too. So hold on. I got to pull it up from Discord. Oh, wait. You know what? Probably get it from Shorts. Not Shorts. Well, from History. And I'll tell you what I found so interesting about it. Hey guys, where's that video? Hey guys, where's that video? Why is it not coming up? Maybe because I watched it in Discord. Hold on. All right. Sly, where is that video Amber posted with I don't know if she posted it in Patreon or members. That's the NDV one. All right, here it is. All right, I got it. Oh, you posted it. No, that's not it. That's a whole video. Where's the clip where Betty talks about what she made? Why can't I find that? Guys, where's that video of Betty? There's a long video. Is this it? No, I don't know why I can't find it. That was yesterday. I don't know. I've never bought bots. No, it's not bad UA. Ah, I got it. I got it. I just found it.
One. You
want some tater tots?
Yeah, I have a few. Okay. Hopefully you'll be able to hear it. Oh, wait. You know what? I can get it from her video. Hold on. I got a timestamp. All right. All right. Here we go.
been wrapped up in litigation for 3 years.
Now remember, QB raised $5,000 per month for the last 3 years. Sometimes she raised $10,000, but on average, we're going to say $5,000. That equals over $250,000. Keep that in mind. That doesn't include super chats or anything else. Sassy, this doesn't take long. It's only about 3 minutes.
Is this enough or do you want more?
How many did you make?
Oh, maybe that many.
Obviously you did.
I really didn't.
Twist this up, I said nobody won. The only person twisting anything up is anybody that thinks that this is a winner. Let's look at the facts here. I brought a case. The case has been wrapped up in litigation for 3 years.
Here's one question I have. Why is she wearing pajamas and a sweater? She lives in fucking Florida. I don't even care. What the fuck is she wearing?
Case raised almost $100,000 from the hate channels. $40,000 was paid for an attorney. Don't know what happened to the rest of the money, but I hear other vehicles were purchased.
Okay. Tell me how she knows what QB spent on her attorney. That's what I want to know. Now, for her to say it was $40,000 does not shock me at all, because I have said from the beginning that she spent between $25,000 and $50,000. I said the other day she didn't spend any more than $50,000. I don't know what the fuck these people are talking about, but she spent less. She spent about $50,000. Betty says she spent $40,000. How does Betty know? So in case you missed it, let's hear that again. Can I just tell you how much I fucking hate AT&T? What the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, AT&T Fiber, get it. It's so wonderful.
Agree to this. Why?
Suck.
Because we were about to get court orders for her to turn over a lot of messages and financial records. She does not want to know. She doesn't want people to know where her money has gone from all of these, funds. There's nothing I can do about that. I had an opportunity to clean the slate, and that's what I did. We know that we don't sit here and defame a trash channel. We don't spend a whole lot of time on this trash channel. But please make no mistakes. This is not, I even had somebody come over and said, we knew, twist this up. I said, nobody won. The only person twisting anything up is anybody that thinks that this is a winner. Let's look at the facts here. I brought a case. The case has been wrapped up in litigation for 3 years. That case raised almost $100,000 from the hate channels. $40,000 was paid for an attorney. Don't know what happened to the rest of the money, but I hear other vehicles were purchased. And we were just getting ready to expose several people and acquire financial documents. Again, I was showing grace in light of Charlie Kirk's assassination. I am going to continue to show that grace. But make no mistake, there are no winners here. And the only thing I've ever said about that woman has now gone bye-bye. With prejudice, mind you. So the only person sitting pretty out of all of this is me. Okay? I'm a very strategic person. I saw what was...
Is she fucking delusional? Betty, this makes you look stupid. What the fuck? How do these people not hear themselves?
Before me, I had an opportunity to show grace and to get something taken care of. I chose she was kind of cornered because if we extend this any longer, we were going to do more depositions and she was going to be forced to turn over record messages as well as her finance. So let's not get it twisted, okay? I do not want to talk about her again. I do not want to talk about this case again. This case is gone. If she picks a fight with me again or picks a scab, we will reinitiate a new lawsuit and tie her back up in court until she understands she cannot continue to act in violation of civil and criminal code. Now, after 3 years, I have...
Guys, this buffering is driving me fucking insane. You guys, I'm going to ask you to hold on for like 3 minutes. I'm going to reboot my computer because this shit is driving me fucking nuts. I mean, all I see is buffering. This goes down, more buffering, this goes down. Bear with me, 3 minutes. And I'm not going to hit end, but I can't handle this. All right, we should be back. It should be good. Now it's telling me excellent connection. So hopefully I solved the problem because it was driving me insane. Thank you for those of you that stuck it out and waited with me. I appreciate it heavily. So, all right, let's get back to where we were. So like I was saying, I don't know if Betty's telling the truth, if Betty saw, her finances to her lawyer. I don't know if she has that capability though. But if she did and she only spent 40 grand, Yeah, that's a lot of money she fucking banked. A lot. But sadly, I think Betty is in the same category as BJ and Moon. Actually, you know what? I kind of put Betty in the same category as Moon. They're both fucking insane. Absolutely fucking insane. I've never had BJ as a confidant. Yeah, honestly, Denise, I'm not going to lie to you. I hear and see all this shady shit that goes on. All the stuff that goes on now behind the scenes. This one's fighting this Discord, that Discord. I am so glad that I am not in any of that shit anymore. These people are all fucking nuts. I better not be breaking up. Michelle, go out and come back in. I'm showing excellent connection, so I don't think it's me. I'm showing I'm golden. Oh, I said things like Jones attacked you. I was in there. That never happened. I was in there. It's so kind of strange behavior has been seen is all. Well, you have to remember, too, what one person says is attack, another person might not think is an attack. So it's kind of speculative. You know what I mean? It's like what I may think is nothing, somebody else might take to heart. Or what I think is something bad, somebody else might say is no big deal. You know what I mean? Guys, hit the thumbs up. Subjective, yes. Let me go back to what I was just watching. I went back and Jones never addressed her, so I don't know. Maybe I totally missed a chunk of the live. See, there you go. Good vibes. Good vibes. Moon has officially fucking lost her goddamn mind. Literally lost her mind. And let me, you know what?
First, I have a lit.
Let me ask you guys something. As a subscriber, because I'm asking this question as a subscriber, not as a, thank you, sweet misery. I'm asking you guys to answer this as a subscriber and not as a creator, if you are a creator. When you come to YouTube, are you coming for fun, or do you want to hear about everybody's fucking trauma? Just curious. Because I feel like this community has now been taken over with trauma. Every creator has this massive childhood trauma. I'm sorry, as a subscriber, I don't give a fuck about your goddamn trauma. I mean, if like you're talking about it, you have a subject, I get that. But it seems like everybody here lately, all they want to talk about is comparing, well, my trauma's worse than your trauma, and this trauma's worse than that trauma. I don't give a fuck. I'm not here to hear about your childhood history. And I don't mean what happened with Truth. I don't watch Truth enough to even know. So I'm not talking about Truth coming clean with his own thing. Or I'm not talking about Clue and what was outed about her family. That kind of stuff. Thank you, who knows. You know, I'm not talking about somebody that just came on their platform and wants to discuss, personal issue. I got no issues with that. I've done that too. I'm talking the ones that they want you to feel bad for them because of their trauma. They want you to give them money because of everything they've gone through as a fucking child. I'm sorry. I don't want to fucking hear it. I just don't. I don't care about your fucking, if your mom did this to you, or like, again, if you want to do a show about it and you want to talk about it, I get it. No problem. Or like, Clue had to explain herself, or Elevated Truth how to explain himself. I get it. But when it goes on and on and on and on and on, it's nobody wants to fucking hear it. That's why I truly don't even understand how BJ gets so many fucking views. All she is, poor me, poor me, poor me. Shut the fuck up. Nobody cares. And I'm not saying that to be an asshole. I mean, obviously people care. But you know what I mean? Like, people aren't here to hear your fucking shit day after day after day. And the poor me bullshit. Like, it's not what people are fucking here for. It shit just got on my nerves and I just had to say it. Because that's what I feel like these last couple of days. It's been nonstop. I didn't watch Clue until recently, so I don't know about, I mean, I know about it because everyone talked about it, but I'm fine not knowing the details of what happened with Clue and her ex. I don't want to know. I don't give a fuck. And I wish more people felt like that. And she doesn't talk about it, so I'm totally cool with that too. But that's my point. It came up, she addressed it, and she moved on. She doesn't dwell on it every day. She doesn't use it as a grift every day. I know Queen Bee's history and her life, and she's another one. She doesn't gloat on it day after day after day. And believe me, she's had a pretty fucked up life. But she'll address something, and then she'll move on. I can deal with that. What I can't deal with is this nonstop poor me, this nonstop I'm the victim. What the fuck? Move on. So I just had to get that off my chest. And yeah, Moon's doing it a lot. Moon is sitting there fighting with Truth about who has bigger trauma. Okay, both of you should go seek therapy then. But Truth has said a lot of things that resonated with me that make sense. He said, I don't dwell in it. I don't sit there and, it hasn't ruined my life, but I could get triggered. I totally get that. 100% get that. And I thought he said it in a very mature way. So, all right, I don't know what happened to Jonesy because I haven't watched her, so I don't know. So I can't say anything. But just look at Jonesy like a mini Nunya. She tries to be Nunya, but I just can't stand the condescending tone that she's given off lately. I liked Jonesy when she was just Jonesy, when she was her own person. Now she almost sounds like she tries to sound mature or tries to sound better. That shit annoys me. That's just me though. But I am a big believer in people being who they are, period. Don't try to be someone else. Don't try to emulate someone else. Just fucking be you. Jonesy, in my opinion, don't hate me for it, but in my opinion, Jonesy is a redneck. Jonesy grew up like a redneck. She's not very educated, and that's okay. But don't try to sound like you're so much better. Just fucking be you. Go back to being you. To me, she was so much better when she was just Jonesy. But that's my opinion. People may disagree. But now it's just everything's like, I'm the boss. I'm there. It just doesn't work for her. I'm sorry. It just doesn't. But just my opinion. Just like she has her opinions. But even Nunya's changed. Now Nunya tries to sound like she's more like fucking Jonesy instead of the mature one or the good. I don't know. Just my opinion. People could say whatever they want. I'm just saying how I feel. All right, moving on. Some of you guys might not even know who Ziggy is. But the reason why I think this is important to play, even if you don't know who Ziggy is, because this is the type of shit that ruins communities. This is the type of shit I would call Ziggy like BJ. Ziggy is a lot like BJ. What BJ did in Sebastian's case, Ziggy has done and is still doing in Summerwell's case. Thank you, Michelle. Guys, why are there only 47 thumb ups? Hit the fucking thumb ups. Even for those in the bushes. You know, a live will erupt from... No, because none you will tell her she's not worth it. Now, I don't want a fight with Jones in. I don't hate her. Just go back to being you. Stop trying to be something that you're not. Like chasing. Chasing has her own personality. Chasing doesn't try to change depending on who she speaks to or what crowd she runs with. She has been the exact same from the second I met her. Dietz, same thing. Dietz has never tried to change. Dietz has always been Dietz. Oh, Cinnamon, you're in for a surprise. Yeah, Gemini, you know the story. So let me give you guys the background on this. Ziggy is from Summerwell's community. Ziggy will not ever stop grifting off Summerwell's. Ziggy also thinks that she runs the whole community. Would all of us love to see Summerwell's found? Absolutely. Dead or alive, just find her. You know, little kid doesn't just disintegrate into thin air, and it really seems like she did. But keep in mind, I don't even think Summerwell's parents are together anymore. They don't live at the house. One lives out of state or both live out of state. I don't know. But it's time to move on from the case. The cops have done nothing. The cops have both found them that they are not guilty. They're just not. Okay. So because they said they were not guilty and there's been no proof that they did anything. Hey, Tragedy Pimps, there's been no proof that they did anything. They haven't been arrested. In case anyone didn't know what I thought about her. But Ziggy ended up, this is where it takes a turn. Ziggy ended up marrying one of the meth heads that lived in the area. I don't know where Ziggy lived prior, but she didn't live there. The Jerks and Six Up, they cover Ziggy all the time. I haven't covered Ziggy in years. And Ziggy really wasn't grifting off Summerwell's much until recently. So she marries Fred Hill, who really has nothing to do with the case. The guy is a fucking meth head. He was in jail when she married him. Like, the whole situation is weird. But she's using Fred Hill's name to run this narrative. Ziggy's from Indiana. Okay. So, yeah, Ziggy with the bones. When Ziggy first met Fred, Fred told her that he found bones on the hill of where Summerwell's lived. She was so excited. She went live with the bones. It turned out to be fucking dog bones. But she's such a grifter off this case, she made it into something it's not. Okay? So she hooked up with another grifter named Cher, who I was bored tonight when I was mowing the lawn. One of the members said, you might want to check this out. It's pretty funny. So I said, okay, so I'm listening to it. And again, I haven't covered Ziggy in years, but I have to play this. You have to hear what I heard. Now, if you don't know the situation, you might not find it as funny as those of us who do. But just, you want to talk about a fucking train wreck? Oh, this girl's it. All right, let me pull it up. Okay.
And like saying she's going to donate to Brandy Neal.
So she connected with another YouTuber named Cher, Voices Behind the Wall, I think it is. Cher is a scammer who gets involved with families, uses them, e-begs a lot of money, and that's Cher. I mean, I could go on for an hour about who Cher is, but you guys all know who Six Up is. She's been on my panel. But let's hear how this goes down. This is the first 2 minutes of the live. Let me put it on. Okay. This is literally the first 2 minutes of the live. So it's not like I'm skipping over a lot of stuff. This is how Ziggy grifts.
It. Everybody's been telling me she was going to do this.
Before she ever went live and even announced anything about the polygraph, me and her done talked and stuff, and I told her if anything about my ID, if I had to have it, they wouldn't need no need to pass forward because I done knew that.
Yeah, we told her that at the very, very beginning of the freaking, before we did anything, that Fred did not have an ID, and that we told her this from the beginning. And now she's freaking like turning it around and like saying she's going to donate to Brandy Neal and act like it's like, and she was lying to me like the whole time, even though she made a post saying she was donating to Brandy Neal, and she was lying to me. And because I didn't see the live and I didn't see the post because she knew.
Now, let me point out, she's freaking out over a lie detector test that she wanted to give someone else in the community. Yes, I swear to you. This is why she's freaking out. But the funny thing is, she's using your money, not you guys, but community money. And she even says it here. We could have raised money, blah, blah, blah. Are you fucking kidding me, Ziggy? Oh, it gets worse.
The days I've been having, and I haven't been on YouTube. And so she took that to her advantage to talk shit and freaking have a whole channel full of fucking haters. And then proceed to take, and then she has every single hater as a mod. This is her and tries to tell me one thing and goes live and says another. Like, no, I can't do that. She's got to have a better, she wants to be Switzerland and be friends with everybody. You cannot do that. She's telling me one thing and you guys another. She's telling me she doesn't even look at Fred as a suspect, like, at all. She's been saying that for months. And then she goes live and then she tries to tell you guys different. I'm done. This is why I can't work with people. We want that polygraph more than anything, but she went on live yesterday and told everybody when she lied to me and told me, oh my God, you guys have no idea everything I sent her to show you guys about what we've been dealing with. And she didn't listen to a whole fucking thing. And from what I heard from you guys, she was sitting there saying things like, well, I don't understand how they got a fishing license and a marriage license without an ID. Well, if she would have fucking asked us, we could have told her.
All right, Kelsey, let me explain my side real quick. Here's my issue. She may be a nice person. What she did to Cindy was fucking mind-blowing. That's not a sincere or naive person. That's a scammer. I couldn't believe what she did. Granted, she found money to pay it back somehow, but I will never forget that. You have a sub who goes out of their way to give you a credit card and you run up $8,000 in 24 hours and then wonder why she's freaking out? I can't say that she's an honest person. No, not Cindy Watts. I can't say that she's a sincere, honest person after that. That was fucked up.
Yeah, a lot of hate in that chat, and she fucking let it. She let it happen. while she's sitting here trying to tell me a bunch of fucking bullshit and fill my head with bullshit. And then she made me think last night and feel bad because I contacted her, flipping out on her, like, what the fuck? Why am I having people say this shit? And then she made me think, then she's like, well, I wanted to put Andy on the spot and put him on the spot in front of everybody. And I have to be nice to him. I'm like, why are you having to donate money that you got for a lie detector when you don't even have enough for one, when we are doing it? Why are you having to donate? What about Andy? Get his done, and in the meantime, we'll get this fucking ID situated. We wanted to do this. We want to. And then Cher comes on and says bullshit, trying to make people think, like, suspiciously about our, like, because we got a fishing license in a marriage. You guys, if you...
Ziggy, you're doing this for your own personal fucking reference. If the cops wanted to give the two of them a lie detector test, he would have. You're not a fucking investigator. Even if they both failed miserably, what the fuck can you do about it, Ziggy? Absolutely nothing. Nothing. You sound like an idiot.
Guys, remember the marriage license. We had a paper ID, a Tennessee temporary ID. They let us get married on that. Okay? If Cher would have listened to all the shit I sent her and prepared her for that live, and she didn't show a damn fucking thing I gave her. I had the whole incident like recorded. I had all our attempts online to try to, on the Social Security site and the IRS site. No, we have to upload an ID to verify his identity on the Social Security site and IRS. Okay? When we call, they tell us, I'm going to post a video, and that's going to be the only video on this channel. And then you guys can fucking sit here and deal with this shit yourself. I am done. Done. I'm so tired of the backstab.
See, that's what makes no sense. She's talking about, an ID, but then she says later on, which you guys will hear, that Cher gave his ID or a picture of his ID to 6up. So he does have a fucking ID. So what are you talking about, Ziggy?
And bullshit. Because if you guys heard my messages and the shit she's been telling me, it's not matching with the stuff I'm hearing her say live. She says she's donating it. But she didn't even have enough for one, supposedly.
No, Bria, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about creators.
It's like, well, what about Andy? Oh, you know what she told me, guys? This is laughable. Well, the people voted. They don't want Andy to take one. I was like, dude, you are so, dude, no. I was like, you are so full of fucking shit, dude. She had a chat full of haters and then takes a poll asking if Andy should take a polygraph and then had everybody. And so now I guess since it's voted no, Andy doesn't need one. After all the shit she's fucking told me behind the scenes. And like we were doing this so that Andy would have to take a lie detector. That was the whole point. Now it's like she's like working. And then she goes, well, Ryan was even standing up for you. I go, Cher, if you fucking believe that shit, then we do not need to be working together. The dude was.
Ziggy, you're not a fucking investigator. Why are you acting like you're fucking psychotic? You are literally psychotic. Andy, your husband, nobody owes you a fucking lie detector test. If the police believed that they needed one, they would have gotten one. Your hubby just got out of fucking prison for methamphetamine. I think if they thought he was guilty, they would have done something. I mean, you just have no idea how fucking stupid you sound.
Trying to put on a show. She cannot. She's still talking to Ryan behind the scenes. She's still talking to Andy behind the scenes. She's still talking to all these haters. Well, pretending like she's our BFF. Same shit she does. You know, and I truly believed her. I truly, truly believed her. No, we have a fishing license. Obviously, we have to have a fishing license because Fred's been fishing. You just go online and order a fishing license, guys. It's not hard. It's a fucking fishing license. It's not, that's different. The marriage license, if you don't remember, I'm going to make this into a video and you guys can sit there and watch it till you're, I guess, forever.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Fred married or still in the halfway house when they got married? I'm pretty sure he was still in the halfway house. They would have his ID. They would have a copy of his ID. So that's a fucking lie. You can't be in a halfway house without an ID. Like you have to be able to prove it's you.
Because that's going to be the only video on this channel. And so I guess you're going to have to get videos from shit and interviews I've done from other hate channels because there's plenty of them out there. I'm tired of it, guys. We're the only ones that's trying to get anything done and everybody's working against us.
Ziggy, you're nobody. What the fuck? See what I mean, though? What world do these people live in that they think that we're trying to get something done? Dude, you're nobody. You don't even live in the same fucking state as Summer Wells. But it's a good grift. She just keeps grifting.
Like, I truly believed in Cher. But, you know, it's almost like she got scared. Like, if she would have freaking listened to the stuff I was saying, it makes perfect sense. We still want to do it. Why didn't she contact the polygrapher and work with them and try to get them to have us come in with some other kind of form IDs? No, she didn't do anything. Have her show that, her proof of her really going out of her way, trying. I bet she didn't. Well, we went out of our way to do everything to try to make this happen. And it's an ID that's going to stop us? Are you fucking for real?
Now, Tragedy Pimp Exposed. Is she grifting for him to get a license, or is she putting off the lie detector test, saying he doesn't have a license?
You guys, this stuff is petty compared to the real life stuff I'm dealing with. Like, I have no problem giving this channel.
That's another thing. Ziggy is always worried, always has trauma in her life. All the real life stuff she's always going through.
Up right this second. And
looking brand new, they want to be one, but they never get the chance to. They be into everything, ready for the next thing.
Thank you. Sorry. So, I don't know. I imagine she's probably going to delete everything she's fucking said to me and everything so that I can't prove everything that she said, which I'm not going to be on here anyway, so I guess it doesn't fucking matter. I don't really want the drama. I'm tired of proving myself and people working.
In case you didn't know, Ziggy is 100% all about drama.
Against me when I'm trying to get shit done. Like, she's just seriously was working against us. Like, why would you do that? I literally talked to you right before your live yesterday. And then everybody's like, well, you should have known better.
Now, in case I forgot to say it earlier, all of this is because Ziggy, this girl Cher grifted money, as she does best, but she grifted money, and it was supposed to be for the lie detector test, and I guess Cher ended up pocketing it or something. That's why she's freaking out. That's what this whole thing is about.
Well, I guess so. She has done some pretty shitty things in the past, that's for sure. But, you know, like she really opened up to me about stuff. We got really close, I thought. But I guess it was all a fucking game, like she did with Don Wells, to try to get information. Like, what? What else did you learn, Cher? Besides, we're the same people behind the screen as we are in person on the phone. The same shit. We're telling you right now, it's the same shit she has throughout her whole messenger. There's nothing that she could show differently than what I've shown you guys. Why isn't she using? And then to tell me that people don't want Andy Bernard to take a lie detector test, and the people voted, and that's it. The people voted. People don't want Andy Bernard to take a lie detector test. Well, I bet if I fucking asked right here, right now, it sure as hell would say yes. She asked in a whole chat of haters.
Cher ain't sending shit to anybody. Let's be fucking real. Cher is as big of a grifter as Ziggy is. I don't believe she's sending it to fucking anybody. And what? Someone's going to be able to ask Brandy? They're not going to ask Brandy. They're not going to be able to ask Brandy. So I call bullshit. And on top of it, if that money was gifted for Andy or for Summer Wells, give it to Don. Why are you going to give it to a totally different case? Did you ask the subs if they're okay with that? Like, I wouldn't be okay with it.
That are trying to get Andy out of trouble. Like, come on.
Ziggy, Andy is not in trouble. If the police thought that Andy was involved, guess what, Ziggy? Guess what? They would arrest him. They would do a lie detector. They would do something. Oh, I don't think she's going to send it. And if she does, is someone going to ask Brandy if she got it? Isn't Brandy really sick right now?
So fuck her, and I'm done with this shit. Don't message me, ask me questions about Summer Wells' case. Don't freaking message Fred and asking him questions. You guys can look at the... I don't know what all these other people have done, which is basically nothing, because they know so much. Well, that's good, Victoria, because you won't have to believe us. You won't have our content.
There you go. She did say she's keeping 100. I'm sure she's keeping a hell of a lot more than 100. How much did she even raise for the lie detector? Why is a community even fucking paying for lie detectors? Guys, make it make sense.
Content to believe anymore, so it doesn't matter. Unless you are one of our very close people, do not call us. Do not message us. Do not ask us questions. Our close people know who they are. Besides that, do not contact us about any questions on the Summer Wells case. We have talked over and 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 said the same things over and over and over. And this is what we get to? Cher saying that Andy doesn't need a polygraph? Fuck that. That's what all my hard work has gone in for?
That's what all my hard work has gone in for. Ziggy, please tell me what the fuck you've done. I'll wait. I would really like to know what the fuck this girl has done. What have you done for Summer Wells? What have you done for the case? Please, besides line your own fucking pockets. I love when creators say that. Everything I've done. Bitch, you haven't done shit.
No, I'm done. You know how frustrating it is for freaking years to try to prove something?
Gemini, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying at the beginning of my live. These people make tons of fucking money. People buy their memberships. I haven't gotten a membership in like 2 days. What the fuck is wrong with subs? You have people that fucking totally ignore their subs. They rack in the dough. You have other people that will only talk to you if you give them a super chat. They'll only acknowledge you. They get hundreds. You get someone grifting all the time, they can raise thousands. What the fuck am I doing wrong? This is crazy. And yes, I blame the subs.
And then get this whole lie detector thing situated just to have the person that's arranging it like working against us secretly. That's how I feel. And I didn't want to believe that. I did not want to believe that you guys, Fred told me about a month ago that she was trying to back out. And I said, I go, I think that, this is just a lot of stress. And like, occasionally, at times I felt like I've wanted to back out. But we're not, I wasn't planning on it. And we were still not planning on it. And she freaking pulled that shit last night. And then made a post today. After I talked to her, after her live, I went the fuck off on her. Like I'm talking right now. And what'd she tell me? Oh, I'm, she was like acting like she was crying and shaking and she was so sorry and she was nervous and she didn't want to look at chat because she didn't know what to say. And I was like, okay, I understand. And that she said she wanted to put Andy on the spot and catch him off guard and ask him. I go, okay, fine. Then today, a couple hours ago, told me, like freaking out on me because I was pretty heated. And she goes, I said it was she was like, I said it was an option. I said if it doesn't work out, that that's what she claimed, right? Did you guys see her post? It said she was on the 21st, that she was donating.
Ziggy, please go seek fucking help. You sound like an idiot. You're not a police officer. You're not a detective. Even if they fail the lie detector test, there's not a fucking thing you can do. Lie detector tests are not admissible in court. Even if it's by the police, they're not admissible in court. Please stop grifting off Summer Wells. It is so old. It is so fucking vile. And you absolutely should join the rest of them that sound like fucking lunatics. Because you absolutely sound like a fucking lunatic. All right, hold on. Let me... Okay, so check this out. So lie detector tests in Tennessee typically cost between $1,150 and $1,200. So they raised $2,400. I guarantee you Cher is keeping at least half. I would fucking guarantee it. Cher is not going to give away over $2,000. And if you think she is, you're fucking loony. I wouldn't doubt if her and Ziggy are in some kind of thing together and they're going to do half. Tiffany in there kissing her butt. Oh, I'm sure. Cher said she raised $400 and showed her back office. So how are they doing it anyway? If she only raised $400, how is she doing it anyway? Are you saying, yeah, but hold on. Said each test was $500. Maybe they weren't doing it in Tennessee. I don't know. Exam fee. The base price of a single issue test can range from approximately $1,150 to $1,200. My feeling is this was all a grift from the beginning, just so Cher can make some money. I haven't watched Cher's channel at all. I don't know if her channel is dead, but there's probably a reason why she needed to grift this money and then how to get out of it. That's what I think. Just my opinion. But I really can't listen to any more Ziggy. She's too much. I think I proved my point in what I was trying to say. She's fucking crazy. She's whacked. Her and Moon should go run off together. The paid for test did not work so well for Letitia Stouch. Good point. Waste of money. But why are subs paying for this at all? This is not on subs. If the police thought that Andy had anything to do with the disappearance of Summer Wells, guess what? He would have had a lie detector test from them. Rubbing carrots up each other's ass the other. I know. I couldn't watch it. You know, it's like everybody. It's like me talking about making a murderer. It's over. I mean, there's nothing you can do. Summer is gone. This is just people that have nothing else to talk about. I'm not saying don't keep Summer's name alive. Don't get me wrong. Absolutely keep Summer Wells' name alive. But there's so many other cases to talk about. The fact that she married Fred, the fact that she's getting so mad just because he won't take a lie detector test. Ziggy, you sound fucking insane. And again, it's not even admissible in court. Like, they're just not. Can't imagine what it's like growing up with a mother. I agree with you. So let me tell, I didn't plan on staying on long tonight because I got candles to make and orders to get out. But I do want to tell you guys this. Members, tomorrow night, if you have Hulu, I suggest you watch this new documentary. This is a case I am going head over heels into. 10 toes deep. We're swimming. Y'all tell me get out of drama. And I said, when I find a case that inspires me, like really fucking inspires me, like Making a Murderer did, I will get out of drama. Well, I think I found that case. Lucky for me, there's a 3-part documentary on it on Hulu. I am going to be running that tomorrow night in Discord. Probably from like 7:30 because it is 3 hours. Starting at 7:30. If for some reason I work late or I get out late or something and I need to go later, we can do it. We can do it on Thursday and Friday. Either way, doesn't matter. But you guys have to see it. Nobody's talking about it yet, so that's why we're going fucking 10 toes in. It's the Ellen Greenberg case. Holy fuck. I don't want to mix too much drama and true crime. But if you are not familiar with the case, I'm going to give you a slight rundown of it and get you interested. But there is a 3-part documentary series on Hulu right now. If you don't have Hulu and you're a member, don't worry about it. I am going to FOIA information that will be for Patreon only, Ko-Fi only, whatever. But 27-year-old girl, absolutely beautiful. Nice Jewish girl, too. From Pennsylvania. I wonder if Sinner knows about this case. 2011. She is found with 20 stab wounds, 1 in her head, 10 in her back. Her fiance came home. He had to break down the door. Found her, called 911. They originally ruled it as a homicide. The DA, within 24 hours, changed it to a suicide. How the fuck do you stab yourself in the back? That's what I want to know. Is that even possible? How do you stab yourself 20 times in a suicide? You can't. I'm sorry, not her. Her parents are still going to court over them changing it. Again, this happened in 2011. Her parents have court mid-October. I think it was October 14th, October 12th, sometime around there. For the coroner, now the judge is pissed. Judge is like, there's no way this should still be labeled as a suicide, but it is. And supposedly the judge is so mad that they're going back to court for the coroner to change it, because all these years later, it's still listed as a suicide. But here's the catch. The DA, because they changed it and ruled it so quickly, the crime scene cleaners came in within 24 hours and totally wiped the whole crime scene. There's no evidence. Everything was wiped out. How is that even fucking possible? So now I'm like, oh my God, where's the next episode? And I am just blown away at how this happens. How in the fuck do you rule this a suicide and you have crime scene cleaners come in to clean the whole fucking thing up? That's insane. Within 24 hours. The boyfriend's family is a lawyer and happened to take his computer and the phones and all personal items he took just for safekeeping. The fiance at the time called 911. You're going to hear this in the thing. But the fiance at the time called 911. You got to come here. My wife just stabbed herself. There's a knife in her chest. Really? Really? To this day, he talks about her mental health issues and how nobody understands him. Yeah. So it's an insane case. But again, if you're a member or Patreon, tomorrow night in Discord, I will be running the 3-episode series. If you have Hulu and you're not a member and you have Hulu, I think it's called What Happened in Apartment 602, I think. It just came out. Unbelievable story. I'm going to talk more in depth about it tomorrow. And then we'll watch a documentary together. I don't want to mix too much drama with story, but I've been like busting to tell you guys. I don't know how much FOIAs are. Some of them cost a lot, some of them don't. So I'll find out how much it is. But I think it just sounds like such an interesting case. I can't get over the fact that they ruled it a suicide. How? How is that even possible? So quickly, too, within 24 hours. It's very intriguing. And it's after you see the documentary, you're like, oh my God. And then, like, and I'm not telling you anything that's not in the documentary, but one of the things in the documentary was that she had previous bruises, and a lot of her bruises may have happened, or they believe happened, over time. So he, Mr. Nice Jewish guy, was obviously abusing her, but she was too embarrassed to say anything because, like, all she wanted to do was get married. And she thought she found the perfect man. But yeah, she was stabbed over 20 times. And there's like a lot of lies that went on that didn't come out till much later. And again, this is strictly based on the documentary. I just watched it this morning. Like, I haven't even had time to go through news articles and any of that stuff. So, I joined Facebook groups, and, I'm looking on Reddit. I babysat this afternoon, so I haven't had time. But it's one of the things I plan on doing tonight. I did reach out to somebody about getting a FOIA. They said all the court documents have a lot of information. So I said, all right, great. So we'll see. But just want to let you guys know that's what I'm going to be working on. UA's going to be working on it. But that's what we're working on. I want to get to the bottom. I need to know more about this. Where's the cover-up? Who told the DA that this should be changed to a suicide? And one of the reasons they did that was because, and UA, this is right up your alley with conspiracy theories. What happened in apartment 603? Thank you. But to go one step even further, and now that I said it, I know everyone in this community is going to be like, oh, let's go check it out. We're going to now talk about it. But one of the things they said was she didn't have defensive wounds. So a lot of people theorizing maybe she got stabbed in the back. Maybe he took her from behind. Maybe, anything else. I'm like, it's very possible that she was stunned and could not believe what he was doing. And then there's a part of the autopsy. I'm kind of jumping around a little. But there's a part of the autopsy where they're saying that she not only, they think that she may have been stabbed after she was already dead. Okay, well, you can't stab yourself if you're already fucking dead. You just can't. Oh, that's the guy that talks super slow, Brittany. I don't know if I can handle it. I think it's Gavin that talks like this. He talks like Justin. He's very intelligent, but he talks like Justin. I don't know if I can handle it. But I will check it out. Just in case. Is that who it is, though? I think that I don't know any other Gavins. And honestly, I haven't even looked on YouTube for videos. I was going to do that when I was, when I was making candles tonight. My thing is, I don't want to hear, Gavin Fish. I don't really like hearing other YouTubers' perspectives because I really like forming my own opinions. But if it's a creator that does really fact-based stuff, then I'm all for it. But so many don't do. Yeah, Sandra Birchmore is another one. That's also what reminded me of this because hers was also listed as suicide. And then it was changed to a homicide. But this one was ruled as a homicide and from the coroner, and then they changed it to a suicide. How? And it, again, within 24 hours. Like, it wasn't even, a week. All because she didn't have defensive wounds. But they have to really hope that they can prove that stabbing, that the knife that he found was happened after she was dead, because that just proves right there it would be absolutely possible. But she even has a stab on like the top of her head. How in the fuck could you rule that as a suicide? You can't. What, someone's gonna kill themselves on the top of their head or like the base of their neck? Where'd all the stabs in her back come from, you fucking idiot? And then there were lies about I don't know, some guy that didn't walk them upstairs. The guy said that he did, and she was seeing a shrink, and that's why they say it was mental health issues. Fucking, I'm telling you guys, it's crazy. Crazy. But it really got me into, I want to know more. I want to know what the hell happened, why it happened, who's behind it. The boyfriend is living scot-free, got remarried, or the fiance got remarried, and, is living his best life. All while she was killed at 27 years old and never got justice. And her parents have been fighting ever since. So that is the case I'm going knee deep in. And again, just like Making a Murderer, when you have a documentary, it makes it so much easier to get into. Because like I told you guys this, I knew about Making a Murderer before Netflix because we had discussed it in one of my law classes in college. So I knew about it, but I thought he was guilty as fuck. I never thought that Brandon was innocent until I watched the documentary. Once I watched MAM, then it was a whole new spin. So this one I'm kind of doing backwards. I didn't know anything about this case until the documentary. So yeah, she was an only child. So now I'm going to go head first with now finding, documents and everything else, court documents and the autopsy and the coroner and all that stuff. So this one I'm kind of doing backwards, but I just feel like it's so much better when you have a documentary to base it on. Just like, Making a Murderer, visual. Once something's visual, it just makes it, you just connect with it better. And for those of you that know me, you guys know when I cover true crime, I don't like not being on camera. So you guys will see me on camera more. I know you're so excited. I may not have makeup on and I may have a baseball cap on, but I will be on camera more. I have this thing, true crime should not be behind an avatar. If you're going to discuss true crime, you should be on camera. I've always felt like that, and I've always stood by that. So for those of you that like me on camera, you're about to get a whole bunch of it. Like I said, I may not be all dolled up. I may pull, the grizzly with the baseball cap and maybe even some glasses. I'll throw on a little lipstick, but I just feel true crime, you're talking about someone's story, it should never be behind an avatar. And I've always felt like that. So, all right. Nancy, does she have a lot of stuff? I just can't stand it. She lies so much. But I will check it out. I will definitely check out Nancy. I'm going to check out all the news stories on it. But I really want to see that autopsy report. Like, the documentary really gives you the basics, but I want to see what the hell made them rule it a homicide. And because the documentary came out, I'm sure it's going to blow up. I'm sure it really is going to blow up around here. I'm hoping not, but I think it will. The KY judge that was shot, I think that's going to be an interesting case. I don't know that, Brittany. I mean, I've heard about it, I think, but I don't know that much. She advocates, everyone should advocate for the parents. Just listening to them and hearing them, and they never gave up. And the father says on the interview that he never, he didn't know if he was still going to be around all this time. And all this time later, he had no idea he would still even be around. And he's so happy that he is, and that hopefully they could finally get justice. My thing is, I don't know how much they can actually do without having evidence. Like, everything was wiped clean. And they said, you know, it's not even like, you know, your standard cleaners come in. When you have crime scene cleaners, they wipe everything down to nothing. Like, even luminol wouldn't pick up anything. That's why they're crime scene cleaners. So I don't know what they could possibly have that could be worth a fuck. You know what I mean? If they clean the evidence thinking it was suicide, what do they have? What kind of evidence do they have? They don't have DNA. They don't have anything. But that's the case. And I'm excited for it. I really am. I think it's going to uncover a lot of conspiracies, a lot of stuff. It's going to be a lot of research. But I am going to check courts. And I've already joined a Facebook group, which seems to be like at its infancy. So we'll see. Hey, sweetie pie. You did miss a lot. I don't know. I think they were bribed. Just from an initial thing, I think they were bribed. Because no court should... No court should ever... I'm sorry, no coroner should ever be allowed to change a ruling like that and never give a reason. Like, I just don't get how they possibly think it's okay. I just can't. UAM, I don't want to mix too much of that case in tonight. You know what I mean? I just wanted to give like the... Yeah, you're the conspiracy theorist. I just want to kind of give the overall of it so everyone knows tomorrow night in Discord. But I'll definitely check out the links. I'm just, like I said, I don't want to mix true crime and drama. Then I go against my whole thing. But I just wanted to give you guys a heads up of what we're doing, where we're going. I mean, honestly, talking about BJ for a second, what else is left? I know she's a fucking liar. I know she's on drugs. What kind of drugs it is, I don't know. Something that's obviously prescribed to her. I'm going to go with the Suboxone. There's nothing left to talk about. And she hasn't mentioned my name, so. But there's nothing left to talk about. She is who she is. She's never going to change. She's never going to admit to anything. There's no reason to keep going on about her. I never, like, reviewed her to begin with. You know, like, every single thing she does. I never did that to begin with. But I just feel like there's nothing left. For me, at least. I mean, these people can talk about it. I know she's a liar. I know she's not doing anything with the courts. And, oh, speaking of, let me just bring up a point. J is for Justice is one of the people that go at her the hardest. Her and Nonsense go at her the hardest. Why is why is BJ kissing Jay's ass? You're trying to take Clue or Granny or whatever, and you're kissing Jay's ass? What the fuck is going on there? Could someone explain? That's like her going out to lunch with fucking Nonsense. You said over and over and over how Jay is the one behind this, and Jay is the one behind that, and Jay this, and Jay that, and it's all Jay. There's a video of it. And then you leave her a comment kissing her fucking ass? Oh, I don't want to hurt you, Jay. I don't want to take your channel down, Jay. Bitch, sit the fuck down. Why are you kissing her ass? And nothing against Jay, but Brittany cries and cries and cries how bad Jay is. Oh, yeah, I'll show it to you, Angela. Hold on. Let me get it. I was shocked as fuck when I saw it. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, really? Hold on, I forgot I restarted my computer. Oh, Jay's daughter's getting married this weekend? My daughter's getting married in 8 weeks. UA, did you put that in the room or you sent it privately? I don't remember. Here it is. No, that's not it. That's Moon the Looney. Ah, thank you, sweetie pie. No one you know. No one you know. You finally broke my bad streak of no memberships. UA, send me that comment again. I don't see it. Oh, here it is. I got it. All right. Hold on. I had to put it in another program because... come on. All right. All right. So Jay's live. Brittany J, I just wanted to tell you thank you for not plodding along with Julia. For what it's worth, I'm not trying to take down your channel. That's never been my goal. I just really want all of this to end. That's it. That's all. Really? Start with apologizing, but apologize without a caveat. A caveat would be saying, I'm sorry, but give being the bigger person a shot for once. Not your goal. Tell that to your boyfriend. He seems to think you two are taking channels from a few people. Why would anyone believe anything you say? You're a liar, period. Why are you kissing Jay's ass, Brittany? I'm just curious. And stop using someone else's fucking term, because that's someone else's. That's it, that's all, is not yours. I don't know who started it, but it's not you. And don't sit there and say, oh, well, blah, 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 because someone's saying, I'll wait. Of course anyone can say, I'll wait. But around the community, that's me. Everyone knows that's my term. And most people would say, now I'm going to sound like Laura and say, I'll wait. Or sit the fuck down. Because that's my thing. That's it, that's all was not yours. That was somebody else's. I just don't remember who. Think she meant Julia. The one with the autistic kids or whatever? Exactly, Angela. That's my point. Like, what the fuck? She's the one that sat there. Jay this, Jay that, Jay this, Jay that. Well, if Jay's so bad, oh, I'm not trying to take down your channel. Yeah, Julie Sklonick, whatever. I don't even get that whole situation. I don't know that whole situation. I don't want to know that whole situation. But as far as I know, Julie was sending Clue super chats every day. I do know that much. That's it, that's all. Is only allowed when we're interrogated. You think Brittany would know that? No, but who was the originator? Is it JP that always said that? There's a creator that always said that. It was like their catchphrase, just like I'll wait is mine. I thought it was Nunya, and someone else said it was JP, which it very well might be. But I know it's not Brittany's. But I just found this really odd. She was going to send, no, it wasn't QB. Definitely not QB. It might be JP. I mean, I guess I could watch JP's videos and find out, but I do. I think they were right with JP. But I just hate when somebody else steals another person's thing. Like, even QB, we fucking do not like each other. And even she'll say, I'm going to sound like Laura. Like, even she'll give me credit for it. Like, it's just certain catchphrases or to certain creators. It was QB? She's trying to backtrack and pretend she hasn't striking. You sure it's JP? I think it's JP. I do. I don't think it was QB. See, as far as the striking goes, now one thing I will say, and I've told this story a million times before, Critical K got struck by my mother. Yeah, you heard that right. One of Jay's mods used my mom's name and address and my phone number to strike Critical K. My mom then had to speak to K. They worked it out. My mom wrote a letter for Critical K. But thank God Critical K knew my phone number and knew to call me and be like, dude, did you give me a strike at your mom's address? What? Like, I wasn't even talking to Critical K at the time. I mean, we had an infamous argument over Chris Watts' case. It was epic. That's online if you want to find it. It really was fucking epic. But I hadn't spoken to her at that point for like 2 months. And then she calls me like, look, I need to ask you something. And she's like, it's Jay's mod then. Jay's mod had to have done that. Why would they use my mother? My fucking mother. But yeah, they used my mom's address and either my name or my mom's name. But she knew it wasn't me, but she knew my phone number. So, yeah. So my point is, anybody can strike using anybody. Privacy strikes. Is Britney shady enough to do it? Yeah, of course she is. But it was epic, right, Denise? So I'm not going to say that it was definitely Britney. It wouldn't surprise me if it's somebody else doing it for her or someone using her name or thinking. Just watch Maker. Absolutely, just Samantha. What do you need to know? They were absolutely set up. 100%. They absolutely did not murder her. And I can prove it. And the easiest way to prove it, let me tell you, Sam, the easiest way to prove it, both their trials, there's a lot that was left out of Making a Murder. Like, Making a Murder, I could talk about all day. There's a lot of things that were left out of Making a Murderer. But the key things to walk away with is Ken Kratz, that piece of lying garbage, tainted everybody's head with his bullshit fucking press conference before it even happened. But more importantly, during trial, now they were tried separately 2 different times. According to Brandon's trial, according to Brendan's trial, she was raped in the bedroom. She was killed. Everything happened in the bedroom. Meanwhile, they didn't find a single fucking hair or DNA of her in the bedroom. And he was convicted. At Stephen Avery's trial, they said that she was killed in the garage. Now, Stephen's trial was first. But how is that possible if the same girl was killed in 2 different spots? Make it make sense. That was the single reason I knew that he was innocent. And that the whole thing was a big setup. Here's another catch, which wasn't in the documentary, that we found out from court records. The police, which tell me if you've ever heard of this in any case at all. The police brought Brendan and his family to, I forgot what it was called, for like a getaway for a few nights to interview him. But they just happened to forget their cameras. They didn't have their cameras on because they were worried about Brendan's safety and his family's safety. Stephen Avery was already in jail. What's safety? What were you protecting him from 6 months later? But they knew that Brendan was not all there. They knew his family. It was a bunch of money-hungry lowlifes. And so they took him and his family for this beautiful weekend getaway up at, again, I forgot the name of the place, but like a casino kind of place. And all expenses paid. Well, wasn't that nice of them? The next day, Brendan confessed everything. Brendan trusted these guys. So when these guys sat there saying, like, you can trust us, Brendan, you're like a man, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I could talk about MAM forever. And, you know, and just so many things were left out. The FOIA requests that our community did, when I say our community, we had like 100,000 people in our community. YouTube was brand new. And you couldn't even go live. It was all uploads. Like there wasn't even a live button at the time. So we just had Facebook groups. And I think the FOIA was somewhere around $11,000 or $15,000. And everybody chipped in. And so it was like hours. You had Reddit, you know, figuring stuff out. But yeah, that's a total deep dive. But totally innocent. And nothing will change my mind. Because I'm not just going by documentary. I read every fucking document imaginable. I've read every police report. I've read everything. Spoke to the family. Like, we were knee deep in. We were probably waist deep in, if not neck deep in. It went on for like 2 years that we were totally in, covering every aspect of it. And we know he's innocent. And we know that he may come from a low-life family, and his family may be fucked up, but that doesn't mean he's not innocent. I mean, it doesn't mean he's not guilty. And another thing, they make it out like he was such a bad guy before. No, he really wasn't. Just a typical lowlife. Yeah, there's plenty of groups. I actually had a Facebook group that I archived that had tons of info. You watch my old videos. Go hit some of my oldest videos and you'll see. I have theories and we were great then. I don't know who actually did it. My only guess is Mike O and Bobby Dassey. Those are my two absolute guesses. And Scott. Scott was involved too. The wife's husband or whatever. The Brendan Dassey's mom's husband, he's involved. But mainly I think it was Bobby Dassey and Mike O. Mike O is Bobby Dassey's best friend. Can you show Wendy V's nasty? No, I don't care about her, Clip Punk. She was yelling at me. She sounded like a fucking idiot. But that's who I think killed him, Cinnamon. I definitely don't think Brendan. If there would have been one iota of evidence, I would have gone with it. But there wasn't. There was not one shred of fucking evidence that they did it. Not one. Not one hair, especially in Brendan's story. Now, at the same time, do I think do I think Brendan witnessed something? Yeah, I do. But do I think it had to do with Stephen? No. I think it had to do with his own brother and stepdad. But that's just a personal opinion. I'm not going to say Brendan's totally innocent because I really don't think he is. But it had nothing to do with Stephen. And a lot of people believe Brendan's innocent and Stephen's guilty. No, I think it's the opposite. I think Brendan's covering for his own brothers and his own stepdad because they know, you can't go against family. Even though Steven's family, he's not Bobby. But then years later, Bobby gets caught with all this porn on his computer and really dark, evil stuff. Yeah, it's crazy. But don't listen to Nancy Grace on it. Nancy Grace lied and said that Stephen Avery admitted guilty to her. That's a blatant fucking lie. Stephen Avery never admitted guilt, ever. I don't know why she went on and lied about it. But after that, I can't watch it. Yes, Bobby Dassey. But there really is like so much evidence that points the finger at Bobby. I wish we still had a community. I do. I wish people still were into MAM because it's such a great case discussion. Yeah, definitely, Just Amanda. I covered it more than most. I started doing YouTube because of that case. And there was only one other girl on the case that did videos, and she was such a lowlife, and she was such a liar. And everyone's like, Laura, do it. That's how I got on YouTube. I was like, want to have a voice. So I got on. And I haven't shut up since. Yeah, it's Just Amanda. No, again, none of them are live until 2018. So you have 2016, 2018, me and my little laptop. And back then, you had to be on camera. Like, there was no hiding from a camera. Like, you had to be on camera. Just don't make fun of my hair. And people are like, oh, that was a wig. No, that wasn't a wig. It was extensions, but it wasn't a wig. I thought it looked good till I look back on it. I'm like, damn, what was I thinking? Shit. Thank you, sweetie pie. Brendan is still locked up because if they let Brendan out, then they kind of have to let Steven out. That's my opinion. But that's just my opinion. So, all right, I'm going to get off, though. I really do have to start on these orders and candles. And I will see. I'll go live tomorrow night for like a half hour before we head over to Discord and watch the show. Patreons, make sure you sign up to Ko-Fi. You guys are killing me. Only like 6 people have signed up so far. I had over 100 Patreons. Where are you guys? Not going back to Patreon. I even told Patreon, I just want my information. I said, fuck you guys. I don't give a fuck. I started somewhere else. So, that's that. The Patreons, I posted the link on the channel. I wiped out Patreon and put in Ko-Fi instead. Really, really need you guys to sign up as soon as possible. And I'm talking about Patreons that were already Patreons. Anyone new wants to sign up, awesome. It's a great little site. Personally, I think it's way better than Patreon. But I need all current Patreons to sign up for it. All right. I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful night. Just Samantha, if there's anything you want to ask me, just reach out to me. You can email me. Or hit me up in Discord or something. Because, yeah, there's nothing about that case I don't know, honestly. You're amazing too, sweetie pie. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. Thank you guys for the super chats. Thank you, sweetie pie, for the membership. You broke my bad streak of not gaining members while people dropping like 500 fucking things. What's her name? Just posted it, sweetie. Sweet Miss. Oh no, that's membership. Sly Angel just posted it. There you go. Sweet Misery just posted it. I knew someone did. we're using Ko-fi instead of Patreon because some fucking idiot, which we know who it is, got my Patreon shut down. So we moved on to bigger and better, and now we're on Ko-fi. And you guys check it out. I actually like it. But I set up tiered memberships. You can also follow. I checked out some other creators just to see if I was doing it right, and I was. So, but it's just like Patreon, just a different platform. So, all right. I'll see you guys later. The other thing that I like about Ko-fi, I can also, I just haven't had time yet, but set up a store where I will be able to sell my candles and, everything right from Ko-fi. So you guys don't have to go to Ko-fi, then my website. I could set it up where everything is done at Ko-fi. So I'm pretty excited about that. How are people able to do that? Because they reported me. Because people are miserable and they have nothing else better to do. But like I said on Ko-fi, and I said it last night, it's perfect chance for me to do a new start, which is exactly what I needed, which is exactly what I wanted. And, when you get caught in the same rut over and over and over, you kind of feel like I'm in the same rut. I'm never getting out of it. Nothing's changing because I'm not changing anything. But then you get a kick in the ass, and you can look at it two ways. I can cry like a bitch and wallow in it, or I can look at it as a bright side. It was a good thing, and now we just rebuild. That's all. I know it's going to take some time to get everyone over, but I really am excited about it. It's like brand new start. Signing up is easy. People, you can follow. You don't even have to sign up. You can follow. You can send one-time donations. You can get memberships. And like I said, this weekend, I'll probably be able to set up the store. I mean, I haven't even been able to work on my own website. I've been so busy, but we're getting there. We're getting there. So, all right. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. Don't forget, tomorrow night, if you don't have Hulu, you want to be a member and you want to be in Discord. All right. I will see you guys later. Peace.